Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unboxed God, where we detox from religion and discover the God who refuses to fit inside the boxes we were given. I'm Tolu Sarah Johnson, and here we explore who God really is beyond fear, beyond formulas, and beyond everything we were taught to perform. If you're hungry for a real relationship with Him, you are in the right place. Let's dive in. Wow. This next chapter is quite an interesting one in the book 3. Book 3 title again is When God Interrupted the Christianity I Built. And chapter 5 is God's kindness that cut deep. Correction without condemnation. Confrontation without shame. That's really deep. I've come to understand that His kindness is not always comfortable. When God begins to heal you from religion, the first tool is not comfort, it's truth. And truth is hard to hear, to reason with, to resonate with. And the truth feel like surgery. That has been my experience. It's like a surgeon cut because healing requires disruption. I never knew that healing can come in that way. And a father confronts because love requires honesty. So Papa has essentially been honest with me in this last 2.5 years. He's been honest to the whole of heaven. He's put himself out there almost every other day to come and speak his mind, to come and show his identity, to destroy the wall that religion has built, which has become a barrier that's been there for centuries between God's children and himself. And Father only had to access or was only able to build deep relationship just with 100 of his children. Talk about it. This is embarrassment. God has created trillions and I don't know how many people that God has created. And when God first of all told me, Tolu, can I tell you that I've only got 100 friends I can trust? I didn't know what to say. I was perplexed, basically. And I said, 100? Say yes. But now, thank God, through these conversations with Papa, heaven is getting to understand him more. And the fear, the disrespect, all of those things that religion, the pretentious way of life that religion has built is falling down. But do you think it was easy for him to come to these conversations almost every day where I ask him questions that breaks his heart? He's cried. He has laughed, but most of the time, he's cried. Because he's gone through years of pain. And we continually cut him deep every day. And he continuously pour love on us. He allows us to use him. Imagine Jesus telling me, Tolu, I don't want to know whether my people are going to let me down, because if I know, he wouldn't help. But Majority let me down over and over and over again. They keep hurting me, but I still keep showing up. I still keep loving them. So, Father had to be out there with his honesty. And part of his honesty is speaking sense into us. And through those moments, I'm able to realize that God's kindness is not shallow sweetness. It is a love that refuses to leave you broken. It's gentle, but it's not passive. It loves you too fiercely to let the lies of religion continue to ruin your identity. Do you know how many times I've asked him that, God, why are you this loving? Why did religion not tell me that this is how you were? And Matthew said, there was a time he did a conversation with God. That was a long time ago before I met him. And he said, there was tears rolling down God's eyes. And God said, Matthew, there's no English language. It is so inadequate. It is so limited. It's so hard for me to truly say what I mean when I say I love you. I love you so much, it makes me cry. And I want you to know that he's saying the same thing to you. I love you so much, it makes me to cry. And that is why I came out and started doing this interview with Tolu and Matthew. And now about 10,000 of it is being replicated every day, or I don't know how often it's done in heaven. But Papa came out because he loved you. He's described his unconditional love so many times. He says, I love everyone, regardless of their calling, regardless of their background, or what they're doing with their life. You are loved just the way you are. I have loved you with everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. He still says that. Say, I will prefer 5 minutes of your intimate, heartfelt time over a half-hour boring, obligated prayer. And he tells you, I am not distant. I am close. I am near the brokenhearted. I am here to save you. I no longer call you servant, but I call you friends. It said it over and over and over and over again. And the question is, are you going to accept his love? Will you keep putting yourself in that safe place where you just want to stay in your religion and allow religion to ruin the relationship that you could have with him? And correction was never meant to produce shame. I've learned to receive correction. At the beginning of these conversations, my husband knew me. I do not like being corrected. When I'm corrected, I don't like it. But I've learned to be corrected by Papa, by people of heaven. And I've grown immensely because I listen to their corrections. This series that I'm currently writing on, I did not intend to write it, but Jesus said, Tolu, you spoke about religion in your channel, but people need to know how to realize that they are religious and how to come out. And religion taught us, if God corrects you, he's angry with you. No. If God confronts you, you have disappointed him. No. If God exposes something, you should feel ashamed. No. But the Father said, I correct you because you're worth loving correctly. Yes. He wants to love you in the right way. He wants you to have access to him. He wants you to be able to sit on his lap and know that you're welcome. And conviction is God saying, this is hurting you. Let me free you from it. It's shaking you. And condemnation says you are a failure. Conviction says you are my child. And this doesn't belong to you. So, one pushes you away from God, the other draws you closer. So, where are you going to choose today? Are you going to allow His truth to pierce your heart, but never to humiliate you? Because when God confronted the lies that shaped my life, it hurt, it exposed, it unmasked me, it humbled me, it brought me tears, it shook everything I thought was solid. But inside this sharpness, there was safety. God's voice didn't accuse me, it delivered me. It did not say, "You've been wrong all these years." It says, "You've been scared all these years. Let me love you free." I don't know that I can ever experience what I'm experiencing now. I don't know that there's so much love like that available for His children. Stop cheating yourself. Stop denying yourself of the love that is yours in the first place. Allow Him to cut the chains. Allow him to do the work He needs to do in your life. It's not going to be comfortable all the time, but the end result is going to be beautiful. God doesn't wound His children. He wounds the lies that wound His children. He tears down the fear-based theology, the shame-driven obedience, the religious pride, the performance identity, the spiritual insecurity. And every strike of His truth is aimed at the bondage, not the beloved. And this kindness that costs something. Yes, this is the kindness that costs something. It's cost Papa his time. It's cost him his emotions. It's cost him his vulnerability. But it keeps coming back. It keeps allowing us to ask Him questions that sometimes they are too intrusive. I did ask a lot of intrusive questions. I thought Papa was going to say, "No, I'm not going to answer that." He answered it, and do you know what I learned from it? There is nothing that we go through that He has not gone through. He suffered more than we've suffered. He humbles Himself more than we've humbled ourselves. He loves more than I ever loved. The list continues to go on. He trusts like I'm trusting. And this has really built my faith. And this kindness that cost Him something, I've learned so much from it that my love to Papa will cost me something. But it's something that I'm willing to lay down freely. Not the one I was laying down for religion, that was ruining me, that was exhausting me. This is different. And because love that heals must first reveal itself. You want yourself to be healed? God needs to be able to reveal where you're missing out. And this most sacred confrontation is during my unraveling, where God asks me questions that cut deeper than any suffering. Do you love me? Or do you love the life you built for me? You know, that is when you begin to ask yourself, do you really love Him? Because if you love Him, you'll find it easy to walk away from what doesn't look like Him. You find it easy to walk away from the counterfeit God. But I know how it sounds, because the truth is, I love structure. I love approval. I love feeling spiritual. I love the sense of control. But all of that I had to let go. Because with all of that, I can't know Him well enough. I have to let go so I can trust Him outside the system that validated me. And that truth stung, but He also saved me. And I hope that as you're going in this journey with me, your life is being touched. You know that when God confronts, It doesn't demand perfection. It just invites your vulnerability. It welcomes your tears, your doubts, your questions, your fear, your grief, your weaknesses, and it says, be fully human with me. I will be fully God with you. And he has been fully God with us in this conversation. Everyone can attest to it that he has been fully God. We've been able to see him clearer. And religion demanded that strong act, but love welcomes the real person. And God has shown us the real him, that he cries as well, he suffers as well. And there's a pain that leads to distance and a pain that leads to death. Now my pain leads to his death. It doesn't distance me. And this is the pain that clears the fog. The pain I carry now, it clears the fog. The pain that breaks the chain. The pain that reveals the Father's face. That's been my journey. And it's the pain of love doing its deepest work. So, you might feel pierced and safe at the same time. That's my story. I feel pierced, but at the same time, I feel at home. I feel safe. I feel exposed, but not disqualified. I feel dismantled, but deeply held. And this is when you finally understand God does not break you to hurt you. He breaks what was hurting you. So, you may feel like God is cutting you right now, but look again. The knife in his hands is a surgeon's, not an enemy's. Yes, his goal is never to shame you. His purpose is always to free you. You are not being punished. You're being healed. This is what holy love feels like. And when it becomes real, you will know yourself. Welcome to the kindness that transforms. And hope to see you in chapter 6. God bless.